Hey, Today y'all fan, this is part 4. My video cut me off. I was at Isaiah chapter 27. Brother sisters, we talk about the judgments of Yah right now, and this is titled the new moon, the Sabbath, and the offering. We talking about the offerings and how our people disobey Yah and bring defiled offerings to Yah, and our Yah cut us off. And we're gonna go over this right now, and it cut us off even from keeping the Sabbaths, the feast days, and you can see that if you go back up and look at verse 13, and show you how the Father cut us off. He did not accept anything. He didn't even accept our prayers until He said we listen to Him and talk with Him and obey Him. Yes, and return to Him. And also He said how He gonna remove the rebels and raise up wise teachers. Yes, unto Him. Those who return to Yah, right here, where I'm picking back up right now in verse 27. It said, those who return to Yah, who are just and righteous, shall be redeemed. See? Those who gonna be, them are the ones that gonna be redeemed. Those who are righteous and just before Yah, obedience to Yah, will be redeemed, delivered. He said, but all sinners shall utterly perish, for they refuse to come to me. And this time all the sinners from our nation. And this time from the nation of Yah as well. See, they're going to perish. All sinners of our nation that refuse to return to Yah will utterly perish, for they refuse to come to me. Shame will be covered. It's a shame will cover you, and you will blush to think of all those times you offered to idols in your groves of sacred, what is secret oaks, and you will perish like a withered tree or a garden without water. And the strongest among you will disappear like the burning straw. Your evil deeds are the spark that sets the straw on fire, and no one will be able to put it out. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to continue chapter 2, and we'll read from chapter 2 to verse 5. Right here, and say, this is another message to Isaiah, his real name is Yashayah, from Yah, concerning Yah and Yashalom, the capital city. See, it's in the last days, Yashalom. See, now it's talking about in the time when we return home. It's in the last days, Yashalom and the temple. See, this one, the third temple. So I'm going to talk much about the third temple because we're talking about in the last days, and the temple will be rebuilt of Yah, will become the world's greatest attraction. And the people from many lands will flow there to worship Yah. As it come, everyone will say, let us go up to the mountain of Yah, to the temple of Barah of Yashael Yah, and there he will teach us his laws, and we will obey them. For in those days the world will be ruled from Yashalom. You get that, brothers and sisters, in those days? So that's very important to understand that. That's why we got to go back home. It's a Yah will settle international disputes. All the nations will convert their weapons of war into implements of peace. Then at last all war will stop. You see that, family? And all, don't get me from my space, I lost my spot, will stop, and all military training will end. O Yashayel Yah, come, let us walk in the light of Yah and be obedient to his laws. See, that's so key. As I'm turning to chapter 56 of Isaiah, we gotta come and walk into light of Yah. Y'all not gonna beg us to come. I mean, he already asked us to come, and many times he pleaded for us to come. He gave us his instruction by the prophets, tell us to return to Yah. Many times they repeat this. Many different prophets told us to come and return to Yah. And all y'all said we obey him, he will make us rich. See, all of these things await us, brothers and sisters, but we got to obey Yah. We got to come into compliance with Yah. And right there in chapter 2, it was telling you about the temple. How the temple going to be built, and the temple got to be built by our nation. So we got to put our hand, we got work to do, brothers and sisters, right here. I'm going to show you a little bit more. I hope I don't have to do part 5, but if I do have to do it, my tape cut off. And I'm going to read from verse 1 to 8 in chapter 56. It says, be just and fair to all. Yah Barah say, do what's right and benefit, for I am coming soon to rescue you. It says, blessed is the man who refuses to work during my Sabbath days of rest, but honors them. And blessed is the man who checks himself from doing wrong. And my blessings are for the Gentile. See? 2. When they accept Yah, don't let them think that I will make them second-class citizens. And this is for the eunuch too. And they can be as much mine as anyone, for I say this to the eunuch who keep his Sabbath Kodesh and choose the things that please him. Come to grip with his laws. I will give them in my house, within my walls, a name far greater than the honor they will receive from having sons and daughters. For the name that I will give them is as everlasting one. It will never disappear. Verse 6 is, as for the Gentiles, the outsiders who join the people of Yah and serve him and love his name and are his servants and don't desecrate the Sabbath and have accepted his covenant and promises, I will bring them also to my Kodesh mountains of Yashalom and make them full of joy within my house of prayer. So you got to know, brothers and sisters, let me finish the rest right here. He said, I will accept their offerings and offer rings for my temple, see, shall be called a house of prayer for all people. For Yahbarah, who brings back the outcasts of Yashael, say, I will bring others to besides my people, Yashael. So you got to know the time period of this, brothers and sisters. All this from verse 1 to 8 is talking about the time after we get back home and be reestablished and the slaughter place be built, the temple be built, and the keeping of the Sabbath go back into the fact. Brothers and sisters, that's what we're telling. We got to keep the Sabbath. And those are the other nations that obey Yah and come to keep the Sabbath as well, brothers and sisters. See, because the temple going to be built at this time, so the people going to come, and we can't reject the outside nation. That's why I'll show you right there from the prophet. So you got to know this time period, brothers and sisters, what it's talking about. That's why anybody just cannot teach the words of Yah, because you got to know the time for all of this, the reestablishment, all of that's what I'm showing you. That's why I'm putting these things out to you. When you just read the scripture, you got to know what time period it's talking about. Or you're going to be saying, telling people to come now with you, and you haven't been clean first. We got to build a slaughter place. We got to build a temple. We got work to do, but we got to get back home. But first, we got to go to the wilderness before we get home. We got to be clean by Yah. We got to go before Yah and renew the covenant. And he said he's going to remove the rebels. And then we got to go back home, and things got to take place for us to and into the land. Then we got to go there and get set up and locate and go to the mountain, to the mountain of Zion, and rebuild the temple and the slaughter place. And the priests got to rededicate the slaughter place, the temple, all these things that was defiled in the defiled state got to be rededicated. For the people, from the slaughter place, the temple, the people, we all got to be rededicated back to Yah, made atone for, because everything was defiled. That's the way our people left it, brother, to this day until we obey Yah and return. That's what I'm showing right now as I'm in chapter 58, verse 8, verse 8 to down to verse 14 is very important. Give me a moment. Let me get there, brothers and sisters. I got to find 8 right here. It say 8 right here. Give me a moment. I'm trying to get my hands on it. 8. Right here. Verse 8. I just had my hand on 8. Right here. It say, if you do these things, Barak will shed his own honor light upon you. He will heal you. Your righteousness will lead you forward, and the righteousness will be a shield before you, and the honor of Yah will protect you from behind. And then when you call, Yah will answer, yes, I am here. He will quickly reply, all you need to do is to stop oppressing the weak, and to keep making false accusations and spreading vicious rumors. It's a feed the hungry, help those in trouble. Then your light will shine out from the darkness, and the darkness around you shall be as bright as day. This is very important, brothers and sisters. And Yah will guide you continuously and satisfy you with all right things, or beneficial things, and keep you healthy too. And you will be like a well-watered garden, like a ever-flowing spring, and your sons will rebuild the long deserted ruins of your city, and you will be known as the people who rebuilt their walls and city. You see that, brothers and sisters? Talking about rebuilding the cities where we once dwelled in. It's very important, brothers and sisters, right here. Let me finish it all. It said, if you keep the Sabbath Kodesh and not having your own work or doing your own work, fun, and business on that day, but enjoy the Sabbath and speaking of it with delight as Yah Kodesh Day, and honor Yah in what you do, not following your own desire and pleasure, nor talking idle, then Yah will be your delight, and I will see to it that you ride high and get your full share of blessings. I promise to Yaakov, your father, Yah has spoken. See, it's very important, brothers and sisters. That's why I'm showing you about the Sabbath as I'm going to Malachi, brothers and sisters, at this time. I'm going to Malachi chapter 3, to the prophet Malachi. They call him Malachi in the King James Version. So Malachi, according to the translation, chapter 3, at this time, brothers and sisters, chapter 3 right here, I'm going to start us off in verse 1 to 18. There's some very important information there I want to cover. Right here. It said, listen, I will send my messenger. See, it's very important. He said his messenger before me to prepare the way. See, before Abiyah comes, the messenger will be on the scene to prepare the way. And then the one you are looking for will come suddenly to his temple. See, so right here, see, so showing Yah, we're looking for gonna come to his temple. He gonna make a physical appearance to his temple. So it's very important on the mountain that we got to rebuild. So we seeing at the time before Yah come, the temple gonna be built. When we physically see it, when he physically come on the earth, he gonna come to his temple. See, so that's why I will give you some information about the temple in Isaiah and the other chapter, talking about the temple, the building of the city. Then we talking right here is temple, and the messenger of Barah promised to bring you great joy. See, so the messenger of Yah is trying to bring you great joy. So the messenger gonna be there during the time of the temple before Yah come. See, so the messenger trying to bring you great joy. Yes, he is surely coming, says Yah of hosts. And so now we close to that time. This message went out over 2,000 years ago. Now we at that door, says Yah of hosts. But who can live when he appears? Who can endure his coming? For he is like a blazing fire refining precious metal. See? And he talking like, and see, this is symbolic. They speak of his people. And he, remember y'all say we are the apple of his eye, and he can bleach the dirtiest garment. See? Talking about sin. Cleanse. It said, like a refiner of silver. He will set and closely watch as the dross, see, the worthless, the sin is burned away. And he will purify the Levites. See, it's saying he, not many, but he will purify the Levites. See, so and to keep on, so a reason why he can purify the Levites, the ministers of Barah, see, refining them like gold or silver, so that they will do their work, see, for Barah. See, they're doing the work for Barah, so he purified them so they can do their work for Barah with pure hearts, see. See, so now their hearts going to turn back to y'all and be obedient, y'all, to be obedient to comply and carry out all y'all functions like he told them. Let me continue. Then once more, y'all will enjoy the offerings. See how we go back, we back at the offerings brought to him by the people of Yada. See, I'm talking about the priests of Yada, the people that bring it to the priest. See, it's the people of Yada. See, because the people of Yada bring it to the priests that represent Yah, that offerings is given to for Yah. See, but Yah give it to the priest. See, it's brought to him by the people of Yada and Yashalom, as he did before. See, as they did in the time past. At that time, my punishment will be quick and certain. I will move swiftly against the wicked men who trick the innocent. See, when we fall in line with Abba, I do all incur all things of Yah. And as when this messenger cleans the priests of Yah. And then Abba said the offerings of Yah will again in Yashalom, as he did before. At that time, my punishment. Let me go back up a little bit. Excuse me. It said, then once more, Yah will enjoy. See, some translations say accept the offerings brought to him by the people of Yada. See, the animal offerings, that's what they're going right back to. That's what you're showing right there. So let me go down to verse here 5. At that time, my punishment will be quickly certain, and I'll move swiftly against the wicked men who trick the innocent. See? And against the adulterers and the liars, against all those who cheat their hired hands or oppress widows and orphans or defraud strangers and do not fear me. See, do not fear Yah, says Yah of hosts. For I am Yah, I do not change. See, that is why you are not already utterly destroyed. For my mercy endures forever. Told Yah for his mercy. He said, though you have scorned my laws, see, from earliest time, yet you may still return to me, says Yah of hosts. See, that's his promise, his mercy. Come and I will forgive you. See, right there, that's very important. He's extending his hand out to us. But you say, we have never even gone away. Right here, it said, will a man rob Barak? Surely not. And yet you have robbed me. What do you mean? When did we ever rob you? You have robbed me of tithes and offerings. See, due to me. See, the pure offerings, and they were bringing it. Remember, I told you earlier about the sick, the lame. That's how they robbed Yah, by giving Yah the defiled and kept the best pure offerings for themselves. That's robbing Yah. That's what he's showing them right there. And so The awesome curse of Barak is cursing you. See, that's why the curse came, because what they did about the offering. See, it had much to do with offering while we was cursed. See, it's cursing you for your whole nation.